I'm the son of two residential school survivors. My mother was in a TB hospital for 2 years, from when she was 5 until she was 7. Even though she didn't have TB, her father did. Her father didn't get to go to the TB hospital. He died from TB while she was in residential school, like 5 years after they took her to put her in the TB hospital. Part of my work in reconciliation is to reconcile that journey. It's very hard to think about that. And who would do that? Who would institutionalize children? Who would isolate children? Who would experiment on children? Who would be callous about Indigenous people? And really, all I can conclude is that they didn't see our humanity. We were things, and I feel like I need to appeal to citizens, to the people here, to doctors, but I feel like they know it very well. There's a humanity in there. So please, let's really try and do our best for Indigenous people. And I can't believe that I've spent so much of my career saying Indigenous people deserve our care. Please don't leave them out. Please don't be negligent in looking after them. Uh, my hope has always been that medicine and the health system and doctors would help with improving Indigenous health in Canada. We have the worst health of anyone in the country. I trained as a family doctor, and it took me a long time to understand that I had a really good understanding of family, and I had to develop my idea of doctor. And I feel like sometimes as doctors, we forget that we serve not just individual patients, but communities, and that we actually have a responsibility to to the multicultural success story and the sophistication that is Canada. Um, I've learned a lot from seeing other countries and how they deal with their Indigenous peoples. There are lessons there, like literal lessons where you have to go and read what's happening in those other countries. So I encourage our um, physician colleagues to do exactly that. I would love for us to learn more about anti-Indigenous racism. It's very strange. Here in my hometown, the English name is Powell River. The pushback against renaming places so they have Indigenous names again is just extraordinary and appalling to me. When we're speaking to ordinary citizens about reconciliation, they'll say very mean-spirited things. They won't show up in a good way, saying things like, well, you all didn't have a writing system, so your knowledges are inferior. You lost the war, so now we own all of the land. We think you're exaggerating about those babies and those residential school graves. And we go down rabbit holes where I'm having to educate and beg for compassion. Like, could you not be crass about what happened to these children? And be a person, like a legitimate partner, like in a family where you show up and say, I'm going to do my part and not be a jerk. I think reconciliation is really about something easy to say and hard to do, which is equity of service, equity of outcomes. And I think physicians need to embrace their old role as community leaders, as examples to their communities of kindness and service and a helping hand, and as thought leaders and people who can show others a better way of being. And of course, we need to include our Indigenous physician colleagues in Indigenous competencies, Indigenous knowledge systems, including knowledge keepers and the like. And I think I'm going to stop there. I just